music creators, so today we are going to check out Action Strings 2, which is the long-awaited update to Action Strings, an ostinato and rhythm builder for your string parts. So let's check it out in the DAW here. So this is the user interface, and it's using Contact 6, and this is how it looks. You have a main page where you can choose your rhythm presets. You have an editor where you can actually edit and create and customize your own rhythm presets, including the velocity per note here, the dynamics, and a mixer where you have access to mix microphone, close, spot, tree, and far microphone positions. You can blend them together, and you can also see you have the high ensemble and low ensemble that you can treat separately. This is really useful. So as you can see, I've used the close and spot mics on the low ensemble, but only the mix microphone position here on the high ensemble. I also deactivated the global effects and reverb because I'm using third-party reverb spaces too in my case. I like using external reverbs for this. So, but it's actually very dry if you play it without reverb. So if you listen to it without now, using the mix here and the mix close and spot here, it sounds like this. Super clear, crystal clear attack, very sharp, but when you add a whole reverb, beautiful. So let's see what I've done here. So I simply created a chord progression. So you need to make sure that you have the chords lasting for as long as you need them, and then no gap in between, but no overlays either. So like this, it can look like this. So chords here, lowest note or below to take care of the low ensemble here. And I'm using this figure called Basic Figures D. So once you have a chord progression, you can simply try out different presets for the rhythmic phrase. Okay, and you can also key switch, as you can see down here, 4 different variations for phrases. Plus, you can use key switches to access staccato, marcato, sustain, tremolo, and trills if you want to. So let's say you want to end the phrase in the marcato. Well, do a key switch to marcato, and then, you know, just go. Or if you want to play staccato on your own, you can do that as well. But let's just stick to what it's aimed at, which is creating these phrases. So once you have a chord progression or harmonic progression, you can try out different presets. Let's go to the next one, Basic Figures 3-4. And I mean, of course, you can program these things yourself, but it's so much easier to do it in a notation phrase like this compared to in your DAW's piano roll editor. I promise you, it's much faster here. So what you can do is you can actually use these as a starting template. You can go here, if you click here, just go to, you can see the preset. So you can have melodic, chromatic, arpeggios. Let's do an arpeggio, Shallow Water. Oh, that sounded cool. Okay, so, and then you need to actually adjust these octave positions. And by the way, once you do realize that you might adjust the key switches. Okay, I prefer to have that way and then have the octaves just in the piano roll editor, the notes for the bass there. Let's see. Then you can go into high, low ensemble and actually set the levels differently. So let's increase the low ensemble, decrease the high ensemble. Let's see. Okay, and let's check this other harmonic progression that I've created. Let's go back to the main editor here. Go in here, choose a basic rhythm here. Let's do this. Basic rhythm 6/8, right? And here we are. Okay, so these are just, let's do something faster. Let's do 8 feel, basic syncopes, eh? Okay, and there in the final, if you have a cadence like that, I would actually use a key switch, for example, staccato or marcato, for that final little bow. Okay. Now, if you're not happy with it, you can always go in. If you check here, you can actually have a different phrase here for the high part and the low part. So let's use syncopated 3 instead on the A or on the high strings, and on the low strings, let's use low marcato. No, I didn't like that. Let's use low staccatissimo. Okay, let's try that. Let's do it on this one. No, I want some more rhythm, so let's use this fourth note feel, fourth note's low 2. Let's see how that sounds like. This is something I just realized that when you change the preset, I would have preferred to have this remember the setting for, because it does remember it for the mic positions, but it doesn't seem to remember it here for the output. If I change again. So if we go back to the main editor and let's see, if I just shift this to low 3 and then go back to the mixer. Okay, then it remembered. Did it not remember when I changed here? Yeah, exactly. So if you actually go and change the overall preset here for both, it remembers the microphone positions you used and global effects, but it doesn't remember this. So that could be an update later on, I hope, to fix that little thing. But it's a minor thing. So I mean, you can always go in and change, as I did here, the high ensemble. It is more creative to change them independently. Anyway, so let me just show you again here. If you start, let's do basic 8. Let's do 16th note. This one. Okay, so yeah. So now if you now play chords like you and you add a melodic part like this, it will sound super weird. It could be used for action music with a chaotic vibe. Makes me remember like the Super Mario Bowser boss theme, basically. Ghost parts here, but anyway, if you are going to play something like this with the melody, I advise you to go with octaves. So let's just play octaves now. Super fast action dramatic music instantly, just holding the octaves. Or could be perfect fifth here. But I find it more easier to do. I just want to try a couple more, by the way. I'm just holding F and an F above, an octave above. Just holding down those two notes, two Fs, and instantly. Go, let's go to E. F, E, F, E. I can immediately hear musical ideas to add with other instruments on top of this. So this is what makes it so fast to use. And now let's continue with the editor, because this is the amazing update, in my opinion, the best update, is that you can actually go in and let's just go with a simple thing first. A basic, not melodic, basic 8-note 4/4 feel, 8-note 4th and 8 notes. There, basic figures. Here, So now now you can play chords again. Okay. Now, let's say you want to edit it. You can simply go into the editor, and then look at this. You can also solo the low ensemble or the high ensemble. So now we have. Okay. But so I think I'm actually not triggering space here. Why isn't it triggering? Why are you not triggering? I'm not sure what is going on here, but let's try the high ensemble instead then. Oh, it could be. Ah, yeah, it could be. This is something I found. The lowest note is C3. I'm using C4 as middle C in my GW. So C3 is the lowest note, which I found a bit strange, to be honest. I would have preferred them to use the, the common way of C1 is the lowest note of a double bass. So if you could update that, please do it. It's a minor thing again, but I would have preferred this. Now I need to transpose this. And for C, let's see. This one is below middle C as well. So I actually need to transpose this now up and this like so. And this one up. No. Okay, so. Okay, so now you can go in here to the high ensemble. And then you can just double click this. And you have this amazing preset engine for single, for these types of internal phrases within the whole phrase. So here you can do basic rhythms. So let's do that one instead. You get 4 like that. Let's see. How can you? I don't know if you can. Yeah, delete. Let's see. And you see if I delete here, it starts to add rests. And then let's say this here, you add a basic rhythms, you add that one instead. And then here you can add, let's see how that sounds like. Okay, so this is very, very strange syncopated rhythm, but let's do something more simple. Oh, by the way, you can also add in a single here, so just like that. Okay. But you can also, if you go in here to the editor, you can change the internal phrases with the dynamics here. So this one, remove, make it lower. Let's add that one instead. So. Okay, so now you can go in and change that one. You can ramp it up like this. So it increases in dynamics there. And you can change the dynamics of these ones. Let's do a small ramp here. No, these are okay, so these are louder first. So let's do the opposite, like so. Okay. And you can customize and shape by doing this. Each of these internal phrases within the bigger phrase. So now it sounds like this. Okay. So let's see if I can actually get it to keep moving, because now it actually starts over once I shift the chord. As I'm not sure. Let's just try to find it out here. Perhaps this one. Here you can set the tempo, note release, shorter or longer, I guess. Dynamic modulation, mixer main. I want it to continue here. I'm actually not sure if you can do that. Here, reset, none, 1 bar. Selection, what is this? Lowest, copy. I should have checked this in the manual. You might be able to do it. Let's see, 2 bars. That's not it. You can also shorten or lengthen the phrase here. Okay, so now the final really cool thing that makes it even more amazing is, let's say you don't like to use this particular sound, even though you can actually customize it a lot with the mixer. So let's say you want to add a tree mic here, for example. Mix that in a bit. Okay, so now my computer's struggling because I'm recording full HD and everything here on the camera and so on. But, alright, so let's say you want that, but on another string library. The greatest thing of all, Midi, drag and drop. Go into the main here, this little icon. So just start here, set your playhead here, click there, start to play. Okay, like that. And then you can drag and drop like so. And it will add those. What does it do? Little plugins. Sorry about this, I haven't loaded them yet. And now you can simply mute this. I'm using cinematic strings 2 here for these two, as you can see. And basically you get the MIDI from the high strings here and the low strings here. Let's see, are they staccato? Yep. And these are staccato, okay. Super. I mean, and perhaps you just want to use the high strings for that, or doubling on the basses on another instrument. But MIDI drag and drop, I mean, that's so useful. So you can even just go in and choose a phrase. Let's do a chromatic, like a little trill figure here. And then you don't even have to play back this, I think. I'm gonna try something. So if I just start record here. Okay, so it needs to hear something. Does it record it even though... It does. It does. You don't even have to have something in the immediate region. So now you actually get... Okay, so that was a pretty strange example. I just used a low trill slur kind of thing, but I mean that you can do this so easily. I mean, so let's try an arpeggio as well, sparkling star, and let me hold the C minor chord. Okay, oh yeah, so just I don't think you need to record either. Let's see, just play that. Okay, so you need to actually at least play back, run the transport bar. Then it starts to record. Then I can hold this. Okay, stop, drag and drop. Give me. Why? Okay, let's try again. Die. There. Run the transport bar in your jaw to start capturing. Didn't it just work? Now it really needs to have something in the sequencer. It didn't. It didn't a moment ago. Stop the transport bar. Waiting for MIDI. Stop. use a drag and drop icon. Oh yeah, so I should use the correct icon, of course. Sorry about that. Apparently you cannot use this one when I do it like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, as you can see, it depends on the dynamics. So here, if we check here, the dynamics for these notes here is really low, so you can perhaps increase those a bit. Because it depends on what sample library you use, how much dynamic range you have, and so on. But I mean, that is a super nice feature to have the drag and drop ability to use a basic pattern. I like using it for simple chord progressions. And then just either use it as it is on this particular Action Strings 2 sound, or drag and drop for other string libraries to layer, or to use them for the phrases you generate within Action Strings 2. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I will leave a link in the description so you can check it out on their website. And I hope I'll see you in the next video, my friends. Now choose which video you are going to watch next. Or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.